Hello everybody, Dave Masani, Dave's Hammock Wisdom, 5 minutes, and caregiverdave.com. Where am I going today so early in the morning, which I rarely do? I have an Exxon Mobil Circle K meeting that happens about once a year, and got to get to Long Beach before 9 a.m. And I was thinking last night about this wisdom that just wouldn't leave my mind. You know, I was laying in my backyard, just surrounded by beauty, surrounded by every living thing. I was swimming in the pool, seeing little tiny spiders trying to survive life by building spider webs on the plants and stuff. And I see little bugs floating on the surface of the water. Everyone's trying to eat the next person in their food chain. Who's that? Hey Mona, how are you? And Kim. So I'm thinking, gosh, here we are in life, man, right? At the top of the species, in charge of all the animals, in charge of all the insects, in charge of everything on this earth. And what an awesome responsibility. What a temptation to worry about your future. What's going to happen to you? What's going to happen to me? What's going to happen to Charlene? You know, what's going to happen to my business? What's going to happen to my finances? There are so many things to worry about. What's going to happen to my health? Am I going to be in pain? When am I going to die? Am I going to live to be an old age? Someone going to have to take care of me? I mean, it just goes on and on and on and on and on. There are so many things that a person could worry about in this world. And I'm just thinking, you know, right away I instinctively coming up with logical explanations why, no, you don't have to worry. You know, God never gives you more than you can handle, so you don't have to worry about that. You know, you're trusting Him with your life, so you have to trust Him with your death. You know, if I go first or if she goes first, it's going to be all right. Finances, gosh, He's done so many miracles for me in finances that, I mean, I can live in a van down by the river, to quote Saturday Night Live, and I'd be okay. And just one after the other, I just decimated all the things to worry about because my mind has been programmed. As recently as 12 years ago, when I was in the midst of the 2008 meltdown, and I was losing my house. It was in foreclosure, trustee sale, Christmas Eve. Can you believe it? I was losing my business. Creditors were coming after. I was defaulting on unsecured debt, lots of it. A big chunk of all the equity, actually all the equity that I had in commercial real estate, all my investments, all my life savings evaporated. Boom. Zero retirement, zero life savings. And I had a lot of things that I could have worried about. But I'm just an eternal optimist. I'm just an eternal trust in God. You know, whatever happens is going to be okay. I used to go to Mexico many times on mission trips and go to Tijuana. There were communities right at the dump, you know. People would live at the dump because that's how they made their money. They would recycle all the junk that we throw away or that they throw away. And Mexico's great. I mean, they don't throw anything away, man. They take old, bald tires and they turn them into retaining walls. They take old, rusty bed springs and they turn it into a fence. I mean, they know how to use stuff. They know how to recycle stuff, as opposed to Americans who just throw it away, right? Cell phone, you know, is good for a year. You throw it away, you get another one. And just, it seems like whatever you buy, a television only lasts 2 years. Throw it away. It's really sad. But I have come to the conclusion that there really is nothing under the sun to worry about. I mean, if you have faith, and even if you don't have faith, now I talk about faith in God, but everybody has faith in something. People have faith in the government. People have faith in the chair they're sitting down in, and it doesn't break on them. People have faith that the stock market is going to do well. People have faith that their wife isn't going to cheat on them, or their husband is going to cheat on them. People have faith that their kids are going to obey and not land in jail and not do drugs. And you have faith in something. And all those things that I just mentioned, I got to laugh because, you know, my life isn't perfect. My kids aren't perfect. My grandkids aren't perfect. Are they going through stuff that I wish they weren't going through? Yeah, some of them. But, you know, they have to live their lives. I was doing drugs up until I was 21 years old, from 17 to 21. And if I was my kid, I'd be worrying about me, right? But I found faith. I found a great woman. I found that God would give me wisdom, Hammock wisdom, all my life. Told me who to marry, told me where to go to school, told me what to major in, told me, you know, where to move, where to live, where to work. And 45 years now, I'm doing pretty good. My life isn't perfect. My wife had a stroke. I'm her caregiver. But you know what? I'm happy. I have peace. I have joy. So does she. We're ready to go. Doesn't matter when we die, because whatever happens, we're going to die with a smile on our face. And just went to a funeral the other day. About 300 people there or so. 100 of them raised their hands because they want to know more about God. I said, wow, at a funeral. At a funeral where someone was so depressed that they took their own life. 100 people, 100 of their friends who maybe didn't know God and had questions, raised their hand to find out more and to dedicate their lives to Him. That's the kind of funeral I want to be of. You know, if I'm laying in the casket there, I want to help more people in my death than in my life. And I've helped a lot of people in my life, so that's a big, tall order. You know, it's like in the Bible, there's this guy, Samson, you know, he had this weakness of women. But he was a great warrior, he was the strongest man that ever lived, right? And he killed so many people in his life, yet a woman brought him down. And his enemies gouged his eyes out, and he was, you know, turning his treadmill, this great guy. And so it is, in the end of his life, they brought him out in this big temple to mock him and to see the great Samson that caused so much trouble to his enemies. They put him between two pillars, and he was blind because he had no eyes. And all of a sudden, he's pushing on the pillars, the two supporting columns. And he's pushing, and they're laughing at him. Look what he's trying to do. All of a sudden, they hear some creaks and some cracks, and he brought the whole place down. And of course, he died himself. But he killed more people in his death than in his life. And that's the kind of life I want to have. You know, the movie, the Christmas movie that everybody watches, It's a Wonderful Life, right? What would this life be without me? I think about that all the time. What a great testimony it would be to your life if you can say that, not that the world would be better if I was never born, but the world is a much better place because you were born. Okay, I think I went over, I apologize, but that's my wisdom today. Go and enjoy life. Hey, Becky. Hey, Lewis. Have a great day. Bye-bye.